All right, happy Friday, March 25th to you all. My name is Doug Mount, and welcome to another 164 custom diecast video. I'm excited this Friday to share with you a couple things. First of all, being the results of my hunt for Wave 12 on the NASCAR Authentics line. I understand this week, or I've heard this week, that Wave 12 is out in the Walmarts, and I've been on the prowl for those Wave 12 NASCAR Authentics cars. And, you know, what I use them for, unfortunately, maybe for some of you, is I do not collect them. I tear them up and make them into custom diecasts, okay? And since the cost basis for those cars is only $5, you know, $4.94 plus tax, it helps my custom hobby because I'm getting them really on the cheap, right? I'm getting them on the cheap. You compare to buying them for, you know, $8.99 or whatever, sometimes $9.99 on Lionel Racing or even on eBay. It's cutting my cost basis down, so it saved me, you know, $3-4, maybe $5 per car on that front. So I have been, today's Friday, I have been shopping for the last 3 days, hitting various Walmarts here in the Northern Virginia area. Needless to say, I have hit not 5 Walmarts, not 6, but 7 Walmarts within about 40 minutes of my house. And let me show you what I have found. Okay? So, let's keep them in these bags here. And this is what I found. So I got another Eric Jones Wave 11 U.S. Air Force number 43. I also have a Corey LaJoie Xerox number 7. Excited for that. Alex Bowman Ally Bank number 48. Got that. And then at a Walmart, I picked up, and I love these trucks, the Bobby and Roger, is it Roos or Rouse? Not sure how to say their last name. Picked that up. So I got all 4 of these cars at a single Walmart there. And yeah, nice, you know, nice. But unfortunately, this is all Wave 11 stuff, right? So as much as I want a Wave 12, I found Wave 11. So then I hit a couple more Walmarts after that one, and I got struck out, right? Nothing on the shelves, not a single car, right? Some of 187s, that kind of goofy 2-car pack that they sell for, I think it's like $5.95 or $5.97 or something crazy. I'm not interested in a 187, so. Another Walmart found a Corey LaJoie Xerox. What do you know? Another Corey LaJoie Xerox. And these aren't bad, right? So these are the Camaros that I can use for a whole bunch of stuff, right? There's a lot of Camaros, a lot of customs that people want for the Chevy Camaro Cup cars. So, you know, I don't have a problem, you know, with any of these really. I was going to say Joey Logano, but I was going to say Joey Gase. Joey Gase Mustang number 28. So, yeah, always use Mustangs. They're always great to have, right? Another Alex Bowman. Never unhappy with a Ty Gibbs Supra. I know it's Wave 11, but these are gold for me. Love these cars. Love these Supras. Never unhappy with that. You're seeing a theme here, right? Another Bobby and Roger truck. Just going to stack them up here. Kevin Harvick, Mobile 1, Mustang. Another Joey Gase, Mustang. Another Harvick, Mustang. Another Harvick, Mustang. And then last but not least, an Ethel M. Chocolate Kyle Busch. I think this is one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite. I'm going to have a hard time ripping into this and dipping this in the sauce to make a custom out of it, but eventually that'll happen, but it might be a little while. Anyways, as you guys can see, I'm only finding Wave 11s. And so as much as I'm, you know, thankful, so let's be thankful for what I have, Scripture tells us to be content. The 10th commandment says, do not covet. And so I'm not trying not to covet Wave 12, but at the end of the day, as I work to put these back in the bag, at the end of the day, I want to find some Wave 12s. So if you don't mind, let me know if you found any Wave 12s at Walmarts near you. And if you don't mind, you could maybe put the general area of where you maybe live or found those Wave 12s. I'm curious how Walmart does their distribution. Interestingly enough, our daughter goes to Liberty, and the way that we drive the 3+ hours to get there, we actually go by a large Walmart distribution point right off, I think it's I-64 there in Central Virginia. And I'm curious just how they distribute. I don't know, but if you guys have found Wave 12, please let me know in the comments below where you found it. And if you haven't, that'd be great to know too. But today's Friday, so my plan is this next week, maybe Tuesday night, Wednesday morning early, I'm going to start hitting the Walmarts around me again to see if I can find any Wave 12, and I'll report that out to you guys. So give me a second. I'm going to transition now over to where I normally have the camera. And just so you know, this is my little tripod, and this is how I have the camera set up. Right here like this. Put the camera right here on my little point there and have the camera like that. So let me transition, and I will show you guys the new view, or not the new view, the old view with this particular video. So hold on just a second. I can reach the camera. All right, how does that work? You get a little bit of that first view. I could do an intro to the video, and then I can transition the camera to this spot. So maybe we'll see. We'll see how that goes here in the coming next few weeks as I do that. It's not that big of a hassle to do that, actually, from my perspective. Just to pause the video and move the camera and then start it up again. So, but as you can see, I've got some more decals cut out here, or in the process of being cut out for the Grave Digger custom. And so I have Matt, so we emailed, and your two customs are on their way, and you should be getting them. I sent you the tracking information, so hopefully you'll get those early next week. And yeah, and hope that's kind of what you're looking for there. So I'm going to be decaling this car, and so let me just show you real quick. I've got the car, this next car here, and again, like I said to you guys, I am doing a die-cast body and chassis, Kevin Harvick, taking that mobile, I think it's a Mobile 1 car, and turning it into a Grave Digger. And yeah, so hopefully that'll turn out well. I'm just getting ready actually to get some JB Weld into this mess, and show you guys the ability to make that metal die-cast body and chassis car. Got a little fuzzy there. And let's see. So here's the bottom half of that. And I've said this before. The metal chassis are these special cars, right? That are what, $15 as opposed to $9 or so. It's nice. It's got the rubber tires. That's nice. This is actually metal and not the cheap, the cheapy plastic there. And the only other change, this interior piece is the same. The only other change is that they put the names and the banners here on the back windshield and on the front windshield, right? So when you buy a car from, well, I'll just show you, right? You buy a car from Walmart. Let me pull up a Harvick car here. You buy the car from Walmart, this is what you get, right? You don't get any name on the windshield banner. You don't get a name on the back. you don't get the black interior that you do when you get the die-cast body and chassis car. So just a little bit different. But for me as a custom builder, you know, I'm putting these labels on the car, or at least I have the decals to do that. I paint and detail the interior, so whether it's, you know, gray like this or whether it's black like that, it doesn't really matter to me. That's why I prefer these. You know, obviously I'm saving money on the, you know, my cost basis is lower, but, you know, die-cast body comes with those rubber tires, which is nice, and of course the chassis on the bottom is all metal, so it's a much heavier car than this. Sure, you know, you have the nice packaging. You know, it comes in this box, so I can put it back in this box and ship it out pretty easily in a small little bubble mailer. In order to ship these out, I just use a larger bubble mailer, and so it's not that big of a deal, honestly. You can let me know as a collector if you like these, this type of style for packaging, or you like the boxes. More often than not, though, I think people like the boxes than these. You know, it just depends on how you collect, right? It depends on how you collect. Now, probably the ultimate is when I make it into this, right? When I'm able to put it into this nice clear display case and mount it up there, get a nice label, and sell it, you know, like that. That's probably the best of the three options that I have. So, but anyways, you guys can see what I'm working on. I've got this car to put together, and I'll be listing that on eBay. I'm actually kind of hoping, today's Friday, I'm kind of hoping I can get this done by Sunday. I like listing stuff on Sunday nights now, and just put it up for auction there. The other car I'm working for you, Joey, is this, you know, J.J. Yaley Nurtec ODT as a die-cast metal body and chassis. So I've painted it with the Purplicious, so I think that's pretty cool. It's a little bit of a different look, and like I've said, you know, in my last few videos, I've seen this paint scheme, right, with a type of a metallic purple, but I've also seen it with just a plain, I don't say plain, but just a regular gloss purple. So hope you like this car. Like I said, I'm going to be able to JB weld this soon and have that done for you. I also said, Joey, as you know, that I have that truck for you, the black truck. Still waiting for decals from Pato on that front. And so, yeah, there's my stash of vehicles waiting for decals. I've got, I still have the 9 of them to build. I reordered those decals from Pato, so when they come in, I'll be able to jump on and get those done more quickly. So, where I'm at with these other ones that I've got, so Nick P. Here's the Gregson Beard Oil, the Cosgrala Godel, and the Stenhouse Kroger 2020. I've got these all torn apart and getting ready to you know, to dip these in the solution. I've already started, you know, kind of coloring a little bit of the interior pieces and the bottom chassis pieces. Yeah, so I need to paint these black. That's probably my next step, because I got to paint that black, let that dry, and then I can paint the silver and then the red, whereas these I can just pretty much paint. So I got to do that probably here pretty shortly. I've got these stripped, so Mr. Nick, not Nick P, but Nick, I've got these put together for you, or in the process of being put together. I think I've got the details, yeah, largely painted on this one. Got to do the black along that, but I have them stripped down, and just actually just a few minutes ago, maybe 20 minutes ago, got these out of the soup and stripped them out and washed them and got them clean, and getting ready to you know, wire brush and run them through the the steel wool to get them all shined up before I paint them. And then I started this. Well, this one's in the soup and this one's in the soup. So every once in a while I'll do something different, right? Something that nobody has asked for. And thanks to Mr. James, he sent me some decals for a Haley Deegan Monster through the Menards series. And so this is a number 4. I'm not sure what the Menards series is. You guys may have to tell me, but it says Menards on the front part of the windshield there, her name back here, and then on the spoiler, it's got this. I assume that's on the front side, and then this General Tire red is on the back side. So that'll be interesting. Very rarely do you see a spoiler with 2 different colors on that. But anyways, got this from Mr. James, and I'm going to go ahead and build that. This isn't, I don't think this is ARCA. Is it ARCA? Yeah, I'm not tracking with some of the lower tiered series with NASCAR. But yeah, if you don't mind, if you know what that is, go ahead and put it in the comments, and that'll be interesting. But I'm using a Ford Fusion body, and so that's what I've got in the mix here, and I think it's ready to be stripped. Let me check. Yeah, it's the old Ricky Stenhouse. Old Ricky Stenhouse one. Yeah, it was kind of neat. I was messing around with my drill bit and noticing how, it's actually kind of dull. So went ahead and got a new 3/16 inch drill bit, and have been enjoying that. It's, it's just interesting to be able to swap out new drill bit and notice a significant difference in the amount of time it takes to drill out these things. It just cuts through it really nice. And it helps saving time, as well as I think saving my fingers, because I'm not pushing as hard, and the chances for slipping off are a little bit less. It does cut through it, at a different, much quicker pace. So I've got to adjust my expectations and be a little bit more careful, so I don't make I don't push too hard, and it just runs through and makes a big mess of the undercarriage. So. Just have to be careful whenever I change that out. And like I said, the amount of pressure I put and all that kind of stuff may be a little bit different from what I'm used to, so I have to be careful there. But all in all, made that switch the other day, and drilling these things out is a piece of cake. So, and I think I can get those drill bits for just a couple bucks a piece, so it's not that big of a deal. To swap out and go to a new drill bit from time to time. So just get a DeWalt drill bit for wood and metal, and yeah, go to town with it. So but yeah, that's what's going on, guys. I hope you're doing well. This Friday, as we see, at least here in Virginia, we see the kind of end of the winter, and we kind of jump into spring. Definitely been a little bit more rainy, a little bit more warmer. I think we had, some 70-degree days, and maybe a few 60-degree days. It's getting down into the 40s at night, and that's about it. So a lot nicer from a outdoor perspective. Try to get as much of this crap off as I can. Whoops, that's not good. Try to get as much of this crap off as I can before I go over to the sink and finish it off. So Let's see, what is this? This is a Kyle. No, this is the William Byron donor car. Yeah, William Byron, man, won the race at Atlanta. That was awesome. Yeah, I've said, my daughter goes to school there, and so they do convocation, religious, kind of speakers and different things that they do. She was telling us a couple weeks ago they had King and Country there, contemporary Christian band singing and performing for them. But she said on Wednesday William Byron was there. And apparently, he still goes to school there. He takes online classes at Liberty, and he was at Convo, speaking at Convo, and they showed the last couple laps of the Atlanta race with him pulling it out. And so, just exciting time for the school. My daughter's not really a race car fan, but she's like, "Hey, you know who's here?" I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, this guy William Byron." I'm like, "That's awesome." So she's getting exposed to all that, and exciting for me, at least. But yeah, no, he did great. What I noticed was, Bubba had gotten in front there with, I don't know, maybe 7-8 laps to go. I can't remember exactly what the scenario was, but he had gotten in front, and it was two double file, and what I noticed was, I didn't quite understand it, but he was not willing to come down off of that high line to block the lower line where Byron was. And I found that interesting, because to me, that's what you got to do. It's basically a plate race, right? Atlanta now, they repaved and all that stuff, right? Changed the track around to make it a little bit faster and all that. So it's basically a plate race now, 1.5 mile plate race. But I noticed Bubba didn't come down to block. He just kind of stayed up there, and when Byron got the push, he got back in front of him. But when Byron got up there at the end, he was blocking. He was not letting that higher lane get in front of him. And it just, I know Bubba's a professional race car driver, but it surprised me that either he didn't know, or maybe his car wasn't well enough to come down low, or what. But it surprised me he was not coming down and blocking. Byron got up there, he blocked, and he comes out the winner, right? Of course, Bubba wrecked, and or got wrecked. I think he had some issues with some of the people around him, and got wrecked there at the finish line. But at the end of the day, Byron showed his skill as somewhat of a plate racer, and pulling out the victory there, doing what he had to do to win. And no, I'm happy for him. I think he's got 4 career wins now. And sure, I'd love it if he drove a Ford instead of a Chevy. But at the end of the day, it was in the Liberty Flames, special car. I hadn't seen that paint scheme before, and so it was cool. Definitely a proud moment. Glad he pulled it out, and hope he's got a few more. Because I think he had some good races in the playoffs last year. I think he could be a contender if he gets a little bit better at some of these. I think road courses he needs to improve on, and of course the 1.5 mile. You always got to be good at the 1.5 miles. So we shall see. Okay. All right, guys. That's pretty much it. I'm going to now take these over to the sink and kind of get some water against them. I've got a toothbrush. I've showed you guys before. I got a toothbrush that'll clean them off, let them dry, and then I wire brush them, as you can see, and use the steel wool and get them to a point where I can paint. And probably be doing a little bit of painting either later today or tomorrow morning on Saturday. So, all right, guys. Hope you have a great day. We will talk to you later. God bless.